Good morning, girls, and happy November 1st. I'm heading to school for my second month of aesthetic school. This Sunday was daylight savings, and I think that's why I have so much energy waking up today. Put on a little bit of makeup, which I don't normally do, and then my hair is in this cute little scrunchie in the back. It is hair wash day, so I'll have to do that when I get home later. Today, we are practicing skateboard techniques. I know we have 2 online written tests, and then the juniors, which is a class that's ahead of us, is going to be doing their practical tests for waxing and makeup. November is also the month where the freshmen, which is my class, can start taking clients. So November 17th, I believe. Yeah, November 17th we can start taking clients. I had a few people message me on Instagram. I think the key to filming these intro clips is drinking my coffee before I get in the car, because I'm feeling ready to chit chat, ready to talk. In the past 2 videos that I created, or past 3 I think, I feel like I was so slow. Like the words were taking 10 years to come to my head, but today I'm rolling with it. Yes, this is the month that we start taking clients. We also have the Circadia rep coming in, and I'm trying to convince my teacher to let us go on a New York City trip for, if you've heard of the Bite Lab, it's like you go in and make custom lip glosses and lipsticks, but you use color theory and you go through the products and you actually make the product yourself. So it does have an educational benefit. That would be, when would that be? That would be November 14th, I believe, because the 15th is a Saturday, so it would be Friday the 14th. We would most likely take a bus up, and then we would go around the city, come home on the bus. Yeah, so I think that would be really fun. But vibes are high, I'm feeling good today, and I'm just excited to be into school. Last week we had Spirit Week, so we could wear costumes and be out of dress code, but this week we're back in dress code, and I will say I dreaded putting on my scrubs this morning, because I just enjoy being in a cozy, comfy knit set, whereas now I'm in my scrubs and my little scrub jacket, which is fine, but it's not the same. The weather is still insane. It is so foggy out. 44 degrees. I still have to change my car. It says 9:30 right now, but it's 8:30. This weekend was Halloween. I stayed home and I passed out candy. My costume was skin security, so I was a security guard for skin, kind of like a play on word for an esthetician. And yeah, I handed out candy, and then we did a pumpkin carving kind of competition. I didn't end up carving one, but a lot of the other people did. Saturday I just worked all day, so I was in the salon. I did a few bonding sessions, and then Sunday I had the day off. So I actually went Christmas shopping yesterday. I drove all the way down to Westerly, which is like an hour from where I live, and I just got Christmas bags. They didn't have the wrapping paper out yet, but that's what I kind of went for. I wanted to get bows, ribbon. I wanted to get ribbon and wrapping paper, but they didn't have that, so I got a bunch of Christmas bags, and then I got a Christmas tree. I got a Christmas tree for decorating the salon, along with garland and a couple other things. To me, November 1st is Christmas, I will say. I'm not a big Thanksgiving person. I do enjoy it, getting dressed up and going to see family, but it is by far not my favorite holiday. I'm a Christmas girly through and through, and my Christmas decor is going up this Saturday, so maybe controversial, but that's my opinion. I know we have the s'mores facial coming up as a special at school for the month of November. I'm guessing we'll do a demo on it since we've never done it before. I explained it in the last video, but it is the cocoa enzyme and the marshmallow whip facial combined. So that will be exciting. I'll have to include the demo if we do it, and then whatever clients I do with the s'mores facial. I will say, for the 40th time, drinking a coffee before filming these clips versus waiting until after, night and day difference. Night and day difference. This weekend I watched Danielle Carolan's nostalgia vlog where she went to the mall, and she went to Bath and Body Works and just did classic mall shopping, and that put me so in the mood for Christmas and the winter time. She got fall candles. She went to Zara and got sweaters and a jacket. And that is just a vibe to me, those old school YouTube videos where you pile in the car with your friends and you go to all the nostalgic stores or all the OG stores and buy stuff. I feel like I have not been to a mall in so long now that Amazon exists. I just order everything off there or online, especially with Revolve 2-day shipping. Girl, I'm not stepping foot in the mall. But I don't know, it kind of inspired me to go out and go into the mall, do fall things, do winter things. But yeah, I really do hope we go to New York City for school, because that would just be such a fun vlog to take you guys along with. I could do a week in the life and then exclude Friday and just do a Friday vlog going to New York City on an aesthetic trip, esthetician vlog trip, whatever we want to call it. For social media, I have been really dedicating time to TikTok, and I even want to dedicate more time to it. I've been posting once per day, which has been working out well for me. I've been posting once per day, and then I've also been posting on my Instagram, but my goal for this month of November is to hit 1,000 followers on TikTok. I'm currently at like 705. I started the month of October with 500 followers, so I feel like that's a realistic goal. But yeah, I've been dedicating a lot of time in school to filming TikToks and editing them alongside my YouTube channel. It's kind of funny. I started school and now all of a sudden I'm like starting my YouTube channel, starting my TikTok all at once, which is like, you would assume that's so much and it's so much work, which it is, but I truly from the bottom of my heart enjoy it. What is going on? Like, sorry. But yes, I'm loving the social media aspect of school and posting my life behind the scenes. I'm proud of myself for like keeping up with this and keeping up with TikTok and Instagram and going to school 40 hours a week. It's a little less than 40, but close enough. And then going to work after. So we're in the busy season. As we head to the holiday season, I am, you know, fully committed pretty much every single day, but it's all good things. I feel like when you love what you do, it makes it so easy to want to pour yourself and your energy into it, like through social media or showing up every day at school, trying my best to get clients to come into school so I can get hands-on experience, continuing my education outside of school. I haven't finished it yet, but I started a hydrofacial course. I've also done chemical peel courses, so I'm really amping up my education so that way when I graduate, I just have as much knowledge as possible, because I believe in this industry, knowledge is power, and knowledge is what sets you apart from other great estheticians. I'm in the season of prioritizing my education, getting on social media, getting my name out there, and I'm having fun while doing it. So I will see you when we get to school. I'm on the highway now, and I'll bring y'all into clinic once we get there. Bye. Wanted to come and check in because I am having one of those days where I'm full of anxiety and I just can't like get out of my own head. So in a little bit we are going to be doing a basic facial, and then I believe we're going to be doing a enzyme treatment. So I'm trying to just focus on like getting into the facial with the relaxing music and kind of zoning out while I do them, and hopefully that'll help me kind of like get out of my own head and calm myself down. But yeah, feeling super anxious. I just ate lunch, so that's another thing, is like eating always makes me feel better. And then we have 10 minutes before clinic starts, so I'm gonna sit here, just prep. I put a little like blanket on my lap, and I'm trying to just take like 10 mindful minutes to relax and be present. I feel like what's going through my head that's making me anxious is that I was so excited to celebrate being 1 month in, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, I still have November, December, January, and February, and that feels very daunting and overwhelming. So I'm trying to just come back to be in the moment and focus on doing the facials today, and hopefully I can get out of my own head and start turning my day around. So it is 12:49 now, and yeah, I'm gonna work on my facials and then I'll come check back in with y'all. But yeah, it's normal to have an anxious day. I'm trying not to beat myself up about it, but I'm usually like a fun, like bubbly person, and today I'm kind of down in the dumps. So it happens, and that's the realness of being in school and having commitments that are sometimes challenging, but we're pushing through it. So if you're having a day like me, just know we're in it together and we're gonna get through it together. Okay, bye.
over a couple of things. You definitely will need your vanity head, the one that I gave you for the clean surface, no lashes, no makeup, no anything on it. Your towel, it does say a minimum of 10. And the reason being is because throughout your skateboard, your client is supposed to be great at all times. But considering that you're actually going to use a human being for your facial and your makeup, you still have to make sure they're great. Alright? You can't use what? A what? You can't use what? A spray. So it has to be a wipe. Alright? Your trash bag. I just want, you know how.
Let's get into practical for the day. I'm going to be doing a basic facial as my first facial, and my second facial will be the Enzyme facial. So we start each client with a headband. This is just to protect their hairline and any products that may be getting close to their hair. The first cleanse is always the Vitamin Veil Cleanser from Circadia. This removes makeup. It also breaks down dirt and debris, so that way each product can penetrate the skin efficiently. You're going to see me demonstrate 4 different massage techniques here. We're going to do a sweeping motion on the forehead, which is effleurage. Petrissage is the pinching motion you see on the brows. Then we have friction, which is when I use my knuckles to create a little bit of friction against the skin. And the final one is depotement, where you use the tips of your fingers and just lightly tap the client's skin. In this clip, I'm grabbing a hot towel. This is just to put over the client's face for comfort, but it also has the benefit of loosening up any product. That way it's easier to remove, and you don't have to scrub the face with the towel to get any product off. It's super important to remove any product before moving on to the next step. That way each product can work efficiently and there's no reactions on the client's skin when you're moving from product to product. In our kits, we received the Lipid Balancing Cleanser alongside the Honey Exfoliator. I didn't use it in this facial, but I do believe I use it in the next one. Before I put on the mask, I use the Blueberry and White Tea Toner, or a mist is how Circadia calls it, and then I use the Vitamin C Resurfacing Serum. The kit that came in, or the mask that came in our kit was the green tea, so that's what I'm using here. You can tell I use like little to no product, but that's because it's a mannequin, so I didn't want to waste the product. I'm going to let this sit for 10 minutes, wrap it in a hot towel to keep the mask warm, and then we're going to move on to cleaning up after the facial.
You guys are only doing the cocoa enzyme flavor. If you use your product for that, don't forget your team, but you have to do it in a long period of time.
Let's get our products together for the second facial, which is going to be an enzyme treatment. It starts the same way as the basic facial. We have the cleanse and the pre-cleanse. The cleanse, I'm using the lipid replacing balancing gel. This is meant for oilier skin, but it is gentle enough to be used on all skin types. My second cleanse is going to be the micro exfoliating honey cleanser. This is a manual exfoliant because it has little beads in it that are abrasive against the skin, but again, super gentle, so it can be used morning and night, and it is suitable for all skin types. My toner or mist, as Circadia calls it, is going to be the blueberry and white tea. All of the mists in the line of Circadia are the same base, and then they add in different ingredients to make it either the blueberry and white tea, the aloe and calendula, and so on and so forth. My serum of choice was the vitamin C serum. We put that on before the enzyme, and then we use the cocoa enzyme because technically we're pretending it's a first-time client, and you can only use cocoa on a first-time client. We let it process for 7 minutes, which is the minimum amount of time because you want to see how the skin reacts. Enzymes can be a little harsh on the skin. When I had my first one, it did burn, and I actually experienced peeling after simply because my skin is so dry and so sensitive. So if you were to put a stronger enzyme on me the first time, I would have probably had an adverse reaction, considering I peeled from the enzyme, which was the lightest strength, and you're not supposed to peel from an enzyme. So we put the first cleanse on in this clip, and then I'm going to go in and remove it with a hot towel. Especially with any active ingredients like an enzyme or a peel, it's really important to remove all the product from the skin before you move on to any further steps. So I'm going in and really cleansing the chin area along with all the folds by the nose. And then going in with my second cleanse, like I said, this is another form of exfoliation, and it kind of just gets the skin ready to absorb everything the enzyme has to offer. So the cocoa enzyme uses pineapple and papaya to break down dead skin cells on top of the skin and leave a brighter, more healthy complexion. If you have hyperpigmentation, any dark spots, or you simply just want to exfoliate your skin because you haven't in a while, it's great to do in between seasons. When the seasons change, you do tend to get extra dead skin cells. This could be a great option for you. I'm changing my gloves between cleansers and then going into the next product. This is a skateboard technique that we have to learn, but it also is super important to not cross-contaminate between your cleanser and then all of your treatment products that you follow with. So after the cleanser, we go in with the toner. Cleansing tends to dry out the skin, so we use the toner to rebalance the pH and bring it back to that 4.5 to 5.5. Letting the client know that I'm coming in by placing my back of my hands on their forehead before I move into applying the serum, and then we can go in with the enzyme mask. The cocoa enzyme is made with raw Hershey's powder, which is like the Hershey's chocolate you're thinking of. It smells so good and it has all the benefits that I listed out before. So we apply the cocoa enzyme going away from the eyes. So you start on the forehead and you want to drag up towards the hairline. We paint in one stroke each and we don't go over it until we do the second pass. On the temples, you're going to start at the temple and drag again towards the hairline. From the cheek, you start at the orbital bone and you go all the way down to the chin or the jawline. Follow that to cover the rest of the cheek, and with the chin, you start at the bottom lip and go directly down to the chin. Quickly go over the mustache area, and then for the nose, you start between the brows and you brush to the very tip of the nose. You want to cover the whole face before you go in and do your second pass. This just ensures that the enzyme is evenly applied to the skin and the client can get the best benefits possible. If you have any spots that are missing part of the enzyme, they're not going to process or exfoliate as much as the other spots. That was all for practical today, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next vlog. Bye!